Right, we are now beginning, but Willow is literally pushing my camera out the way. This cat is being a bit of a nuisance. So let me just adjust that real quick. Meow, yes. Right. Today, we are doing the Braille Skateboarding 1 year update. It has been one full spin around the sun before the whole disbandment of the Braille Skateboarding channel. We're going to check on every member, what they're up to now, and we're also going to have a look at the channel at the end. And the last member that we're checking out has been doing some really weird stuff that I kind of, want to talk about and want to start a conversation on. So we'll leave that one to the end, but let's begin with this one. Yo, what's up? So this is definitely worth adding in before we get fully started, and that is that the Braille guys do actually have a successor to the Braille channel called The Boys. I think that's Uzi, Ricky, Nigel, and Glow, and occasionally Mogeley and JD. But yeah, definitely worth checking out if you like the Braille content, and I 100% had to add it in here, but it's not what we're fully covering. We are looking into what the guys did individually. So with that being said, let's start with the first one. So as you can see right here, we have Uzi Walker. Now we're going to check out two of their social medias. We've got their Instagram and I believe their YouTube, and some of them are doing the TikTok. But once the gang disbanded, Uzi, he began strong with his street skating in San Francisco. He dropped a street skating in San Jose like a week later. Then it became 2 weeks before the next one. We got the Stanford University skate spot. And I think there was a couple of other videos here that have been removed since then, like a really long ledge one or something. And obviously Uzi is big into his music, so he makes like these, I don't really know how to explain it. Let me just play you a little clip of it. Hopefully he doesn't copyright claim this video. If not, I'll have to cut the song clip out. But let's go play this one and I'll give you a little taste into his music. Okay, yes, thank you, Willow. Constantly meowing.
Laying on the floor, staring up into the ceiling fans. Scrutinize my life underneath a magnifying glass. I can reminisce, think about the times we never had. Never been in my shoes, and that's why I'll never understand.
Honestly, actually not half bad. Like when it comes to a lot of people that do one thing, like say if they have like their main thing, which could be skateboarding, and then they do music on the side, oftentimes the music is a little bit lackluster. This one's actually decent. It's following more of like a Lil Peep, sad boy-esque style, but fairly decent. I actually quite like it. I've listened to a couple of the songs, and yeah, I'd give it a solid 7 out of 10. Anyway, let's check out Uzi's Instagram. So obviously he wasn't very active on YouTube, but the Instagram, I believe he's done a little bit more. So let's have a look. Oh, actually, seems like he's deleted quite a lot of posts. When was this one from? 2022. Or maybe he just doesn't post a lot, I don't know. But anyway, there's been a few since the last breakup. One of which is this picture of him in front of, I don't know, a basketball ad. This was posted the other day, and I really enjoyed this, so I'll play this for you real quick. Yes, Willow. This video is a collaboration between me and Willow at this point. I was like, is he still going to get around the corner? But no, it's the concrete bit there. I think that video was actually really satisfying to watch, I can't lie. And let me show you something real quick, because this cat, oh my god, she's being a right nuisance today. Super cute though, but honestly, look, she's like an actual baby, look at her. The way she's like all of a sudden happy when she sits on my shoulder. Life of a cat dad. Let me pop her down real quick. So next up we have Glow Border. Now Glow tore his meniscus right at the end of the whole like Braille fiasco scenario situation. So obviously he was out for a while and probably out a lot longer than expected. I've heard that's one of the worst injuries a skateboarder can possibly sustain. So the last video we had from him at the Braille house was this one, which is actually funny enough, ironically, his first video on YouTube. And then he tore his meniscus filming a Braille video update. Other than that, we've not seen anything from Glow. So there's not much more to say here. So we'll jump over to his Instagram. He's got him in the air surrounded by cash. No comments. Okay. That was 3 years ago, actually. Anything recent? 5th of April outside a restaurant or like a dessert place? I'm not American, so I don't know these things. Anyway. Fresh trim 22 weeks ago. Oh shit, bro's got... Wow, bro's actually got cancer, man. Well, either him or his brother. He might be doing it like this. This might be his dad or something that has cancer and he's shaving his head in camaraderie to kind of make him feel, you know, like he's not alone, which big respect for that. Like, if that's the case, my mum recently died of cancer, like, coming up to a year ago. I think it was like 9 months now, and that was one of the hardest points of my life. So mad love for Glow. Hopefully he can get his father or uncle or whoever this may be, brother, whatever, through this situation, because Lord knows it's a tough one. Moving on to a slightly more lighter note, we have one of the best skateboarding prodigies to ever come out of Braille. You likely know him already. This is JD Sanchez. This kid has probably done the most out of everybody since the whole Braille thing blew up. And honestly, he's going to far outshine that. With a lot of these members, I feel like they're always going to be known as ex-Braille members, whereas JD was kind of there at a young age and has done so much outside of that. He kind of doesn't even feel like he was associated with it, and it definitely hasn't done anything to bring him down negatively. If anything, this kid has been thriving these last few years, getting second at Tampa Pro around the same time, San Francisco new skate park expansion. Like, he doesn't do too much on YouTube, but this guy is literally competing professionally in vert skating, which is a dying breed as it is. I mean, do have a bit of resurgence now, but that's because of people like JD. So big ups to JD. His YouTube, I mean, you can definitely let off his YouTube game, considering how many wins in vert he's been having. Next, we have his Instagram. Now, JD's Instagram is actually a lot more active than his YouTube, which is understandable. A lot of skateboarders find YouTube a lot of hard work, and let's be honest, sometimes it can be. So he's just doing contests and short form content at the moment, it seems. Getting some cash there. How much did he win? 2025 Claremont Big Air Champion. 2 first-class tickets from Alaska Airlines. That's kind of random. Alaska Airlines, is that even going to be a good first class? Probably. Anyway, let's have a look. What else have we got? This one here. Vert Attack highlights over the weekend. Stoked to skate with all my homies and shredders from around the world in Malmo, Sweden. Damn, this kid is just like one of the best vert skaters at the minute. And he's still super young. Give it 5 years, that kid's probably going to be one of the best. Anyway, JD has obviously done the most of skateboarding outside of things. Now we've got 3 members left. We've got Nigel, Ricky, and Mogeley, and then we're going to do the Braille channel overall, just as a little update. So let's move on to Nigel Jones. Now, Nigel was the one that actually gave us the information for the Carlos Lastra situation. He was talking to me about a bunch of stuff when it was all happening. Like, Nigel seems like a pretty straight shooting, straightforward guy, and I respect that. Another thing I like about Nigel's channel is he hasn't boxed himself into skateboarding. Like, he does skateboarding stuff. It's the Nigel Jones channel. Obviously, he's just doing things he likes. He's got Pokemon videos on there. He's got skateboarding videos. He's got firing range videos. He's even got a video of Oompaville on there. How random is that? But obviously into his weaponry as well. So Nigel has been fairly active. While he hasn't been the most active since the whole thing happened 11 months ago, he's done like 4, 8, 12 videos, more than most others. But again, this guy, I think he's got a kid on the way. He's also married, so you can respect the work he's put in since leaving. Let's just check out his Instagram. Obviously, a lot of wholesome content from Nigel Jones. It's just like him opening Pokemon cards, him with his missus or his dogs. Like, I kind of like watching Nigel's stories. It's very interesting to see someone else in skateboarding get so much into Pokemon. As me, a lot of you guys may know, I have been buying and selling Pokemon as a passion project for as long as I can remember. Like, I absolutely love Pokemon cards, and not just to buy and sell. Obviously, that's like the business side of things. I've collected them since I was a kid and have always loved them from my heart. Would never scalp a thing to anyone. Anyway, irrelevant. Pokemon's cool. Let's move on from Nigel Jones to Ricky Glaser. Now, a bunch of people may know that me and Ricky had a bit of a fallout last year. This is all water under the bridge now. Let's be totally honest. That was a whole year ago. I was very new to YouTube at the time, and it was definitely my fault. So we're moving on. Ricky, again, has actually been one of the most active out of all of them. He's probably another one of the skaters to go along with JD, where he's not really going to be remembered as the ex-Braille guy like Glow and potentially Mogeley and Nigel might be. But yeah, Ricky's done quite a lot. He's got a very wide range in video views. Obviously, bro's got nearly 600,000 subscribers. and they range from like 4K all the way up to the hundreds of thousands. Like Ricky's channel is so, you know, like a roller coaster, a little bit similar to mine. It's weird, but anyway, Ricky has obviously done a lot outside of Braille. This channel was his main focus. Now I believe he's on live streaming. I believe he's doing Twitch streams and like donations for tricks type thing, which I think is an interesting idea. Live streaming, I wish I could do it, but it's just not for me personally. Like, I would like to do small, short ones, but to be the kind of guy that to live stream my whole life and walking around, like, I'm an introvert, so I don't know. It's just not something that I could see myself doing full time. So big respect for the people that can. That's what I'm trying to say. Anyway, we've got one member left, and then we've got Aaron Cairo and the stats. So exit out of Ricky. Next we have Mogeley. Now Mogeley has been ultra active on TikTok, but not really for like a good reason, I would guess. I don't know. I need to ask him a question. I might actually message him and try and figure out what's going on here, because I kind of want to know. But yeah, the YouTube channel, he was going consistent for a while. You see, he put all these videos out in the same month, like from here to here. He literally put out like 9 videos in a month. And then before that, he was going hard as well. Like, he's put out probably the most content on YouTube out of everybody since the whole breakup. But yet now hasn't posted for 3 months and has become quite inactive. Like, 94,000 subscribers. Mogeley, you need that 100k plaque, my dog. I know you're so close. Put in that extra bit of grind, man. It's just round the corner. Short form content is the best way to gain subscribers. Do shorts, do long form. Don't ever do just one of them, because you need both to survive in social media, especially if you want to grow. Anyway, now we're going over to Mogeley's TikTok. So this is what probably prompted me to do this video in the first place, because I wanted to know what was going on here. Like, if you don't know, let me switch over screens right now. If you don't know, TikTok has this thing called the TikTok Shop, where creators can go to a brand through TikTok Shop and say, I want to make a video on this product, can I have it for free? Let's say it's a can of Monster. So I get the can of Monster from them. In exchange, I have to make a video. So you can get items for free, but you have to make content on them. You don't get paid, at least not where I'm from. Maybe it's different in America, but in the UK, you don't get paid for the video. You only get paid if people buy the product you're advertising, i.e. the can of Monster. If I advertise that and people buy it, I get paid a commission per sale. So, I don't know why, and I hope to God that Mogeley is being paid per video, because he got this game room sign and has done 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 27, 28, 29 videos. He's done 29 videos of one game room sign, has 150,000 followers, and each of these videos is getting 20 to 110 to 150 when he posts skateboarding. Like, the engagement on this channel is completely destroyed. And I just hope to God he's being paid well. £20, $50 per video or whatever. Great. I can justify that. But ruining this account just for potential small time sales. Like, let's be honest. If the sign sells for like $10, he's making like 50 cents to $1 off that. And considering you're getting 25 views and no engagement whatsoever, I can't see a lot of people buying from that, if I'm just being totally honest. So that was Mogeley. Honestly, in my eyes, probably the most surprising. Like, I thought Mogeley was one of the most creative out of everybody, and to see like just basically tele shopping, like late night tele shopping on TikTok from him, I don't know, man. It kind of makes me feel a little bit upset. I can't lie, but it's not up to me what people do, so let's move on. All right, here we are, the final hurrah, the Braille skateboarding channel. They've lost even more subscribers since last time we checked, which, to be honest, I thought that would level out eventually. But he's actually, for views, has pretty much plateaued about 3,000 to 5,000, it seems, on average, with the occasional outlier. Like this one with Gabe Cruz, like, why Gabe is still working with them after what he did to all of Gabe's other quote-unquote friends blows my mind. Like, for example, if I was working with 4 of my friends or whatever it is, and then my boss cut them all off in the way that this happened, Would I still work for the guy that was employing me? Fuck no. That is textbook disloyalty. My brother did not really care much for his friends whatsoever, and now he clearly cares more for Aaron. And if them guys are sitting on the sidelines thinking, oh, it's not like that, man, me and Gabe are still friends, like, fair enough if you can look past that, but to me, disloyalty like that comes at a cost, and I would just cut someone off. Like, if someone cut me up or like stabbed me in the back like that, I'd cut them off quick time. But that's just me. Anyway, let's have a look at the view stats right here. So we're going to go on Braille and have a look at how it's failing over time. So the views per month have actually stayed pretty decent, 2.76 million. That's actually not bad. He's definitely still making a livable income from this. With 2.4 million long views in a month, he's probably making like 10 grand off that. And that's pretty conservative. So my man is probably still making enough to keep the company afloat, as he will probably just keep doing until people forget eventually. Might take a while, but it will happen. It always does. Unless, of course, you're a nonce, then usually you can't come back. But something like this, I mean, it's not, let's be honest, like, he can make a comeback. As sad as it is, it can be done. But anyway, that's about it for this one. Let me know which creator in Braille surprised you the most, and I'll see you in the next one.